not particularly well liked in the region. Yeah, and where that goes, we're working on now. I don't know where that goes. Well, when you say working, are they stopping the Houthis? No. Are they going to continue? Yes. I think the vast majority of members of Congress support aid to Ukraine. The question is whether or not a small minority are going to hold it up, which could be a disaster. Well, I don't think Iowa means anything. The president got 50-some thousand votes, the lowest number of votes anybody's won got. You know, this idea that's kind of runaway, he can characterize any way he wants. Let him make that judgment. Well, look, the president wants to put the former president wants to put a ban on Arabs coming into the country. We'll make sure we understand who cares about the Arab population, number one. Number two, we got a long way to go in terms of settling the situation.
They still retain some capabilities. They've been degraded in some areas. You know, we saw that they launched attacks as recently as yesterday, but I can't predict when they'll continue to launch or how long they'll continue this trend for. All we can say is that we continue to urge them to stop. No, we don't seek war. We don't think that we are at war. We don't want to see a regional war. The Houthis are the ones that continue to launch cruise missiles, anti-ship missiles at innocent mariners, at commercial vessels that are just transiting an area that sees, you know, 10 to 15% of the world's commerce. The U.S. is what we are doing with our partners is self-defense.
מי שמדבר על היום שאחרי נתניהו בעצם מדבר על הקמת מדינה פלסטינית עם הרשות הפלסטינית. זה בעצם מה שאומרים. ואני רוצה להגיד לך, היום זה לא היום אחרי נתניהו. זה היום אחרי רוב אזרחי ישראל. במשך 30 שנה אני מאוד עקבי, ואני אומר דבר פשוט. הסכסוך הזה הוא לא על היעדר מדינה פלסטינית, אלא קיומה של מדינה יהודית. ולכן אני מבהיר, בכל הסדר בעתיד הנראה לעין, עם הסדר, בלי הסדר, מדינת ישראל חייבת לשלוט ביטחונית על כל השטח מערבית לירדן. זה תנאי הכרחי, וזה מתנגש עם רעיון הריבונות, מה לעשות? את האמת הזאת אני אומר לידידינו האמריקנים, ואני גם בלמתי את הניסיון לכפות עלינו מציאות שתפגע בביטחון ישראל. ראש ממשלה בישראל צריך להיות מסוגל להגיד לא גם לטובי הידידים שלנו, להגיד לא כשצריך ולהגיד כן שאפשר.
Africa condemns this unacceptable moral, legal and humanitarian failure and demands an immediate end to the unjust war against the Palestinian people and for the immediate implementation of the two-state solution. I again express the African Union's full and unwavering support to the Palestinian people.
There can be no lasting peace in the Middle East without settling the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. We believe that a lasting solution can be possible through embodiment of an independent, sovereign, and geographically contiguous state of Palestine based on 1967 borders with East Jerusalem as its capital. The prevention of the conflict turning into a regional war is another priority. This is our main message to all relevant parties, both within the region and beyond, in order to keep the situation restrained.
Solo creemos que una solución de dos estados debe ser impuesta desde el exterior para traer la paz. Aunque, insisto, Israel se reafirme en esa negativa, que para impedirla han llegado ellos mismos a crear Hamas. Sí, Hamas ha sido financiado por el gobierno de Israel para intentar debilitar a la autoridad palestina de Fatah. Pero si no intervenimos fuertemente, la espiral de odio y violencia seguirá de generación en generación, de funeral en funeral, cuando florezcan las semillas del odio que se está sembrando en Gaza hoy.
So we've spent a lot of time focused on North Korea, North Korea's advancing capabilities and the an irresponsible shift as it relates to their policy and doctrine. Over the past year, we've been working closely with the South Korean allies on enhancing extended deterrence, primarily the sort of software of extended deterrence, the dialogue mechanisms, the information sharing, our ability to consult at very senior levels as it relates to nuclear scenarios on the peninsula. A lot of this was codified in a presidential level document, the Washington Declaration, on the eve of President Yoon's visit to Washington last year, that we need to work assiduously to try to ensure there is a modicum of risk reduction measures that are still in place to prevent any sort of crisis or political disagreement from escalating into a conflict, because we know that the potential for that to go escalate quickly into high-end conventional conflict and even a WMD-based conflict is very high. So for right now, we are very focused on seeing what we can do to cool temperatures on the Korean Peninsula as it relates to the CMA termination by North Korea. And then over the longer term, I mean, look, we will continue to try to communicate messages and show that our interest here is in resolving all of this diplomatically. But in the meantime, we're going to continue to work with South Korea on how we can make our combined extended deterrence posture as credible as possible in the face of an evolving threat from North Korea. I think the last thing I will say on this, what we're seeing between Russia and North Korea is an unprecedented level of cooperation in the military sphere. And I say unprecedented very deliberately. We have never seen this before. I think the nature of North Korea as a threat in the region could drastically change over the coming decade as a result of this cooperation, and that's something that we have to pay attention to, because even in the past year of conversations we've had with our close friends and allies in South Korea related to extended deterrence, we weren't basing that on this type of cooperation taking place. We were basing that on North Korea's own advances, and so we have to pay close attention to not just what we're seeing North Korea provide to Russia to assist in its war in Ukraine, primarily in the form of missile systems used to attack Ukrainian civilians. It's what could be going in the other direction as well, and how could that improve North Korea's capabilities, and what does that mean for our own extended deterrence posture in the region with both Korea and Japan.
中方始终认为，中印边界问题作为历史遗留问题，应当放在双边关系的适当位置上，妥善加以处理。中印边境局势总体保持稳定，边境事态的解决进程不应影响两国关系的正常发展。事实上，近年来中印双边贸易额连续突破1000亿美元，呈现逐年增长的态势，证明了两国贸易合作的韧性和潜力。中方希望印方充分认识中印经贸合作互利共赢的本质，为中国企业在印度投资经营提供公平、公正、透明和非歧视的营商环境。
I know why I'm excited, because I've been campaigning here for 11 months. I know why you're excited, because guess what? After 5 days, no more commercials, no more mail, no more text messages, all of that goes away, so I know you're excited. Look, I mean, things are tough right now. You don't have to turn on the news to know how tough it is. You feel it in the grocery store. You feel it at the gas station. You feel it in your mortgage payment, your insurance payment. Everything that we have to pay has gone up, beating them by more than that. Trump and Biden, on a good day, are even. Trump might be up by 2 points. That's margin of error. It's amazing to me how Joe Biden can say to you, we've got a great economy, and we're supposed to believe it. It's amazing how Donald Trump does the same thing and tells you things and just thinks you're going to believe it. He says, I'm not for border security. I told you I was. Now he's saying I want to cut Social Security. I never once said that, ever. I mean, Trump says things. Americans aren't stupid to just believe what he says. The reality is, who lost the House for us? Who lost the Senate? Who lost the White House? Donald Trump, Donald Trump, Donald Trump. Nikki Haley will win every single one of those back for us. I've proven that. So he can say whatever he wants. His record has been that he lost the House, he lost the Senate, he lost the White House. That's a fact. That's not what I'm saying, that's what he's done. Let's talk about the truth instead of talking about the lies that he continues to say. In 5 days, we shocked the country. Let's get it done. God bless you. Thank you.